Hi, my name is Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. And today is Thanksgiving. This is American Thanksgiving, the day that this goes up. And so happy Thanksgiving. I really hope that you enjoy this day and that you do not feel guilty about eating anything that you choose to eat. I really hope that every bite is delicious and that you can stop before you get sick because that's the goal, right? To enjoy it and not get sick. So yeah, I totally hope that all of the holidays, wherever you are enjoyable and that you don't feel bad about eating whatever treats or foods you choose to eat that help you to feel good, or at least that you make those choices intentionally. So for my weigh-in, Saturday, November 21st, I was at 180.8, which was 0.8 pounds down from the week before. So we were headed in the right direction. But I did have to kind of laugh at myself because in the last video, I told you about my monthly kind of averages and how I was hoping that in November I'd be able to bring that down, but I wasn't really thinking because I only had 2 weigh-ins after that point, and one of them is this week that I'm in right now, which is only going to be a 5-2 week because I'm going camping for Thanksgiving. So I will be camping when this video goes up. So yes, but I am hoping that my average kind of stays steady and that December I should be able to probably bring that average down a little bit. For sure, January will be good as far as just getting back into a normal rhythm. I will probably be doing my regular 4-3 schedule all through January. I don't anticipate there's anything coming up in January that will kind of derail me as far as that goes. So I'm just taking the long view as always. I'm enjoying whatever I have coming up in these next couple of months. And what I wanted to talk about today really does relate to that because it's this concept of how boundaries and creating boundaries for yourself actually creates freedom. And I know that that may seem counterintuitive to people, but it's true because it's kind of like when you build a fence around your life and then you can move freely and safely within those boundaries. And for me, that's what fasting has been. It has been a boundary that I've created for myself around food to give me a break every day and every other day. Where, even if I don't make the best decisions in that time, I have the next day, or if it's the weekend on Monday, I know that I will start fasting and I can reevaluate and reset. And it has helped me just to be able to feel that freedom within my life and within eating, because I'm not panicking that I have no control over what I'm doing, because I really do have control and I have time to, step back and say, okay, well, how do I feel about, how it went yesterday, or what I have coming up, or just how this past week has been, because I have these entire days where I am not eating and I'm giving my body a break. And I want to give you kind of an analogy, so bear with me here. It's kind of like if you had an open door policy in your apartment or your house and people were just coming and going and you had no idea who these people were. They stayed throughout the night. They brought in all kinds of junk and influences that you really wouldn't choose to have in your life. Maybe some illegal things or whatever. You don't sleep well because there's always people in your house making a noise. You didn't invite them. They're just showing up and basically making your life chaos, right? Now, that's kind of how I would view eating all the time, like having no breaks from eating it just gets out of control really fast. And I know this because that's how I used to eat. I had no restrictions. And it's not that I was like getting up in the middle of the night and eating, although I know some people do that. But you just, one day kind of spills into the next, and you just feel like you're stuck in these habits and you don't know how you're going to get out of them. And you're not giving your body a break from digesting all the time. So you're not giving your body time to repair and rejuvenate. And that is so important. That really is, I believe, how we are designed to live. And so fasting for me has brought that peace into my life of creating boundaries. And so on the other hand of that analogy that I gave you, instead saying, you have your home, you have your family, you go to sleep at night, you rest, and then whenever you want to invite other people in, you invite them. And, occasionally maybe you will have that person that you didn't really want to be around, but you can get them out of your house eventually, right? And so creating boundaries is a really important thing. Whether it's with food or with people. I know this time of year can be tricky with, relatives and things at the holidays. There's a lot of maybe boundaries that need to be set to protect you from toxic people. And I'm not going to go into that, but it's kind of the same thing with food this time of year. A lot of times you just feel completely out of control, it's the holidays and I can't help it. If someone brings me a plate of cookies, I have to eat the whole thing, and then I have to go to this party. I know there's not a lot of parties going on right now, but just the idea of all of these things being around and having no control over what goes into your body and when. But if you just set these boundaries, then you decide when you're going to eat and what you invite into that window of eating. And it becomes easier over time to make those decisions. And I know it's a struggle for people in the beginning. Sometimes they say that they binge a lot on their eating days and stuff. And I still make decisions that I'm not proud of during my eating windows, but at the same time, I don't beat myself up over it. I just start the next day with my fast, and then I decide whether I want to do that again. And a lot of times I decide that it's not worth it. And the only reason I can do that is because I've given myself the time to reflect and feel what is going on in my body and acknowledge whether or not that is something that I want to do again. But if I were to wake up the next morning and just keep eating and then keep eating the next day and keep eating the next day, it's a lot harder. It is a lot harder to set those boundaries and to get off of that crazy train. So I'm saying all of this from experience. And I just want to tell you that I really hope that you can set those boundaries for yourself and then completely feel free to enjoy whatever choices you make for yourself within that eating window. And that this will enable you to enjoy the holidays, to enjoy whatever celebrations or vacations you have coming up, and just to really take control of your life and be in the driver's seat and have joy within that time, and to enjoy not only the eating window, but the fasting and the repair and the break, and that you are intentionally giving yourself that experience. And so that is my message today. Pretty simple. I hope that it helps you, and I really hope that you are having whatever experiences you're having. I know there's not very much travel. People will not get to see their family as much as usual, but whatever the experiences you are permitted or choose to have, that they are truly joyful and that you can live in the moment and appreciate all of the blessings in your life. And I will see you next week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.